Emperor Akbar and the Crows.
Emperor Akbar was fond of riddles and jokes. He never got tired of asking his courtiers impossible questions to answer. One morning, while he was strolling through his garden with his favorite courtier and friend, the wise Birbal, he came across a few of his courtiers. The small group of men stopped talking the moment they saw the emperor. They stood to one side of the path and bowed their heads low. On the grassy lawn, just near the courtiers, a number of crows cackled and cawed.
Look, Birbal, they have seen me, and they bow.
They are not bowing to you, Your Highness. Crows do not bow. They do not even know who you are.
Ha ha, I wasn't talking about the crows on that lawn. Birbal, you fool, I was talking about those courtiers standing there. Let's test these courtiers today.
You wish to ask the crows a question?
Oh, stop it, Birbal. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Emperor.
I have a question for you, gentlemen.
Yes, indeed, Your Majesty. We would be happy to answer any questions, O Emperor.
My question, gentlemen, is this. Exactly how many crows do we have in our city, Delhi?
Well, Your Majesty, please give us a week to find out how many crows there are in Delhi.
What about you, Birbal?
Your Majesty, I do not need a week to answer your question, but I do require a little time. Perhaps I can inform you about the number of crows tomorrow in your court.
The following morning, Akbar and his courtiers assemble in the grand Darbar hall. Everyone is eager to find out what Birbal has to say.
I have found the answer, Your Majesty. There are exactly 97,14,126 crows in the city of Delhi.
Quite remarkable. How can you be sure?
I'm sure that is the figure, Your Highness. You can count and check if you like.
I shall not be doing that, I can assure you. Birbal, but tell me one thing. What if there are more crows than the number you have stated? What if there are less crows than the numbers you have stated?
A buzz goes round the court.
It is like this, Your Majesty. The number of crows is 97,14,126. If the number is less than that, it is only because some of the crows have left Delhi to visit their relatives. If the number of crows is more, it simply means that their relatives have come to visit them in the city.
The entire court burst into loud applause at this answer. Emperor Akbar and the Crows. Emperor Akbar was fond of riddles and jokes. One morning, while he was strolling through his garden with his favorite courtier and friend, the wise Birbal, he came across a few of his courtiers. The small group of men stopped talking the moment they saw the emperor and bowed their heads low. On the grassy lawn, just near the courtiers, a number of crows cackled and cawed. Emperor Akbar told Birbal that they were bowing to him. Birbal replied that crows do not bow. They do not even know who he was. Emperor Akbar stated that he was talking about those courtiers standing there. He suggested to Birbal that they should test these courtiers. Emperor greeted the courtiers and asked them how many crows they had in Delhi. One of the courtiers requested the emperor to give them a week to find out how many crows there were in Delhi. The emperor then asked Birbal. Birbal replied that he did not need a week to answer the question, but he did require a little time. Perhaps he could inform him about the number of crows tomorrow in the court. The following morning, Akbar and his courtiers assembled in the grand Darbar hall. Everyone was eager to find out what Birbal had to say. Birbal said that he had found the answer. There were exactly 97,14,126 crows in the city of Delhi. Emperor Akbar found it remarkable. He asked Birbal how he could be sure. Birbal affirmed that he was sure that was the figure and asked him to count and check if he liked. Emperor Akbar said that he shall not be doing that, but to tell him one thing, what if there were more crows than the number he had stated? What if there were fewer crows than the numbers he had stated? Birbal answered that the number of crows was 97 lakhs 14,126. If the number was less than that, it was only because some of the crows had left Delhi to visit their relatives. If the number of crows were more, it simply meant that their relatives had come to visit them in the city. The entire court burst into loud applause at this answer.